Jason Jagger? Good. Did you hear where Jace did a cartwheel?
Yeah.
Coming in from third to home plate, cartwheel, and then the thumbs up to the audience. Little showman.
Cracking me up.
Okay. Welcome to Penny Sense, everyone. I'm Pennie Carroll, owner, broker of PCA Real Estate, and with me today...
It's hard to look here because you're white?
No.
Okay.
And I'll start over again. And with me today is...
Joe Carroll, licensed realtor.
Joe, we've been working together for what, 32 years?
Yeah, you could say that.
In different roles.
In different roles.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my youngest son, and you were the first to join our family brokerage besides Dad.
Yep,
So,
in 2014.
2014, what does that make it? 6, 7, 8 years. 8 years in the business.
This will be my ninth.
Okay, well, my math's off a little bit. Anyway, today we're going to talk about how the real estate market affects the community. And before we do that, I'd like to do a little bit of a market update. Joe, how many homes are on the market today?
This morning there was 1,919 homes.
It's been a long time since we've seen 1919.
Yes.
We like to have, for a balanced market, 2,000, so we're 50% there.
4,000, isn't it?
Yes, you're right.
I think 4,000 is a balanced market.
Balanced market, so we're halfway there.
We're halfway there.
50% of the way there. Now, what's a little bit deceiving about that 1919 is a certain amount of those are new construction.
Correct. I think there's about just a little over 1,000 that are new construction.
So
and I think half of those are even proposed or coming soon that aren't even.
So what does that
foundations
mean
dug.
when it says proposed or coming soon? What does that do for you as a buyer's agent when you're showing the home?
Well, it can be a little misleading if we don't catch it from the beginning, but it typically means that they're just saying, hey, we can build this house here. There's not an actual house there.
Right. It's always kind of disappointing when we drive up to the address and there's a foundation or nothing. And I like to say that sometimes our resale sellers are a little bit more negotiable on pricing, but we don't see a lot of negotiating right now.
Not right now, no.
Would it be true, though, that we're seeing a little bit more of price decreases?
Yeah, I think there's some average days on market are starting to rise a little, and negotiating is starting to happen a little more.
It's starting to, the sellers are starting to lose a little bit of leverage, I think.
Yeah.
But it's still
a strong seller's market.
Right, still a seller's market. Until we have that 4,000 homes on the market, I'm going to say it's still a seller's market. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about real estate and how it affects the community.
Okay, Penny, mom, broker,
owner.
You've been in the business for a while now. How does real estate affect the community?
Well, when it's going really well, when the real estate market's hot, it affects our appraisers because there's a lot of pieces in the transaction. So we've got appraisers that are swamped. They have a certain number of days that they have to get the house appraised. One quick question that people always ask, how much did my house appraise for, Penny? Well, when appraisers come in to do the appraisal on a purchase agreement transaction, what does it come in at, Joe?
Usually the purchase price.
Right. All the banks are wanting to know is, did the home appraise for purchase price? Because they don't want to lend more money than what the home is worth. It affects appraisers. It affects our home inspectors. They're doing a great job and have a lot of homes to inspect. The termite inspections that have to happen. The lenders that have to happen.
The attorneys.
The underwriters.
The handyman, the contractors that work on the homes after inspections.
Toilet makers.
The toilet makers.
Plumbers, electricians.
Abstractors.
Roofers, yes.
So there's a trickle-down effect. And so we'd like to have a strong, healthy, vibrant real estate market for everybody in the community. Is there anything else that you can think of about how real estate affects the community?
Well, if you lean towards the new construction side, there are truckers that have to bring in all these cabinets, the granite countertops, the windows, basically anything, the lumber to build the house.
The dirt movers, all
Correct.
the foundations that need to go in.
Correct. There's a lot of other behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't think of. Okay, so with all these other parties that are involved, where would you say you fit in that?
From everything that we've talked about, well, sometimes I feel like our role is a counselor, and so we need to guide and use some of our expertise. Would you say 9 years almost?
This is my
9 years,
yeah.
and my 20th year in the business. People will be asking us constantly, what's the market doing? When is a good time to list and sell? And you look at each individual situation and guide them on that. We have to kind of be an economist and figure out what is a good price for the the home and what is it going to sell at. So a counselor, economist, we do a lot of hand holding. So when people, especially people that haven't sold or bought for a long time, the industry changes so much.
It does.
That we need to be there as a guide, a guidance.
Well, just this morning I helped the folks, they're going to be closing on their house later this afternoon. They built their first home in 1964, I think it was, and it was on a handshake agreement, and they had to hand over $600.
$600.
And then the builder didn't make them close on it until 6 months after they were already in it.
Yeah, I think I remember that story of the people that you're helping, Al and Betty, and they, the builder actually came later and said, "Hey, I'm ready to have the rest of my money."
Yeah.
And they're just now moving.
Yeah. So
and
they have a lot more paperwork to sign than they're
Oh gosh. And they're also doing new construction. So that's been a process because the new construction market is taking longer than what it should, or than what it normally has, I should say. So there's a lot of different roles, a lot of different hats that we put on. We've helped clean out houses. We've helped move people. We've helped paint houses to get it all done. So our role, I think, in the transaction would be we're kind of like Elmer, the glue that holds everything together and keeps things moving. So anyway, lots of different hats. I appreciate your involvement in our company, Joe. You were kind of our first hire, weren't you?
I was, yes.
And you made it all this time.
I'm still around, still licensed.
If you have any real estate needs and would like to get a hold of us, please go to our website at penniecarroll.com. You'll see Joe's information there and the rest of the whole team. We're ready to help you and answer any questions that you might have for real estate. For now, I'm Pennie Carroll.
And I'm Joe Carroll.
Thanks for tuning in.